Welcome to the Same Wavelength podcast. I am your host, Morgan Elizabeth. Thank you for riding the wave, and a merry jolly holiday to everyone who just celebrated the holidays over the weekend. I know we had Christmas, today is Kwanzaa, I know Hanukkah was around this time as well. So if you were celebrating with your family this weekend, merry and happy holidays. And we're looking forward to the new year, which is literally going to be on this Sunday. I believe? Yes. No, Sunday is New Year's Eve, but Monday is 2024, which is so crazy to think about. Like, this year really went by in a flash. I was looking back at the stuff that I did this year, like I have it written down on a note, and I don't remember half of these. I was literally like, that was that month? Okay. Like, cool. In this episode, I am going to be showing you some of the things that I got for Christmas this year. It was just a little bit of things. Just want to say this is what I got and how excited I was to get it. A lot of it's gonna be Stitch stuff, honestly. Well, there's a lot of Stitch stuff, a lot of Disney, and then there's some stuff that I got something for my podcast. I got some Legos that I'll be so excited to show you. And then after that, I'll be going into the highlights of my year and going over what I did every month. And, well, not what I did, but like the highlights of those months in this year. I don't have pictures, but I do. Speaking of picture, I have made my first ever vision board for 2024. It's very small. It's just like a little collage of things that I'm like trying to manifest for the new year. Hoping that it works. I've never done it before. And 2024, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything. But I know that I've made some plans in my head of stuff I want to happen. So I hope it does happen. You know. Anyway, let's get started. So, we just got back today from South Carolina. We went to South Carolina to celebrate Christmas with my grandparents. And it was very nice to see the family. I haven't personally seen them in forever, it feels, because I work too much. But it was very nice to see everybody to catch up a little. And of course we celebrate Christmas. And I know the presents aren't what Christmas is all about, but I do want to show what I got. So, something I got from my dad, which was very nice of him to do, is he got me these wireless microphones for the podcast. I was very excited when I unwrapped them. I was like, ooh, I definitely need to use these. So I got those. I'm very excited. And then I got some shoes. These are the Stitch Vans for the Disney 100. And these are super cute. I don't own any Vans. So it's very cute to get some. It just has some Stitch print all over it. And it has black accents. Yeah, I love it. I was very excited when I got it. And then another thing I got was I got 3 sets of Legos from my boyfriend Pablo. He got me the orchid set, which I have held up right here. And then he got me the tiny plants and the succulent set. But after recording this, I am definitely going to be diving into that orchid set because I need my fix of Lego. And then the biggest thing that I got for Christmas this year, I gotta say, besides gift cards and money and little things here and there. But I got my first ever Pandora bracelet, and I don't know if you can see all too well, but it has Stitch on the clasp. It has Stitch button down the clasp, and then it has Stitch, like in King Kong form, on top of the Tower of Terror. I also have Sorcerer and Mickey as a charm. And I was very excited to get these, and now I know that my birthdays and my Christmas gifts from now until death will be the easiest things ever to get me, because it's just a little charm that they can add to my bracelet. So that was very nice. I still have more presents that I think I'm going to be getting soon. Not to be like, oh, I'm getting more presents later. But I gave some Christmas presents to my friends before I left. And then I think they're giving them to me when I come back to work. So I'm excited to do a little gift exchange again. I still have to give out some Christmas presents that I haven't yet. So I feel like Christmas goes on until the new year. Like, you don't do all of Christmas on Christmas or before Christmas. It has to be like you do it like the week before Christmas, on Christmas, and then the week after Christmas, leading up to the new year. And if you still have those Christmas presents into the new year, I think they're yours. Honest to God. Like that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it. So that were what I got for Christmas. I of course got myself some stuff, but they're over there. I'm not gonna, it's not about that. So, getting into the 2023 year in review for Morgan Elizabeth, I guess is what we're gonna call it. I'm gonna go down the list of like some memorable things that happened throughout the months, and then I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to in the new year. This might be a little bit of a short episode, but we'll see when we get there. So, starting off in January 2022, drum roll, nothing really happened. I had a New Year's Eve party, which was very fun. It was like the first party that, well, I want to say I hosted, but it was at my boyfriend's house, and we both hosted it together. We invited some of our friends over. We had a really fun time celebrating or going into the new year with each other. I don't think we're doing that this year, but it's fine. You don't have to have a New Year's Eve party every year, especially nowadays when it's really hard to go out and celebrate New Year's Eve because people are crazy, especially on the road. It's like I was talking to my friend about doing a party, and she was like, "Well, I don't really want to go to a club or like I don't really want to go out. I want to go to a house. I feel safe and have some drinks and celebrate some fun times with my friends that I want to go into the new year with." It's like, yeah, that's literally what we did last year, but I'm not hosting this year, and the person we thought was gonna host was unable to host. So we'll see what happens. It'll be very last minute, if anything. But I wouldn't mind just cuddling up with my boyfriend and getting into the new year with him with some pizza in hand and some Legos and some movies. I don't know. That's just me. As long as I'm going into the new year with someone that matters a lot to me. And that's him. So that's me. But besides the New Year's Eve party that happened last year, I also went to a Y2K birthday party for some of my friends that I worked with, and that was very fun. I don't think I've been to a themed party in so long, Like, there's the New Year's Eve parties, of course, and, like, the Christmas parties where you had to dress up, like, New Year's Eve, you gotta dress up, like, all Christmassy, but this was a birthday party where you had to dress in Y2K style, or else you're out of here, like, you're not gonna be there. And it was really fun. I personally didn't have any Y2K stuff, so I had to borrow some stuff from my friend, but it was so much fun. I had a blast. It was really cool. That was January. And then February, that's the month of love, guys, like Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day. I loved both of those. I celebrated Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day with my boyfriend. Valentine's Day was me and a couple of my girlfriends. We had like a charcuterie board. We had some food. We had some wine. It was very nice, and we talked about some drama at work. Because that's really what we talked about a lot. And we also talked about some other stuff that's going on in our lives, like boys and stuff. So that was very fun, having some gal time. I usually don't really have gal, like, friends, so it's very cool to have, like, a group with them all together like that. And then Valentine's Day with my boyfriend was also really fun. You can never go wrong with Valentine's Day with your boyfriend, I don't remember what we did. I know he gave me a lot of roses, and he got me a cute bag for Valentine's Day. I don't remember what I got him, honestly. It was probably very nice, though. I hope so. And then we went to Disney that month. So while I was writing my notes, I saw how many times I went to Disney last year. I only went 3 times. In 2021, I think I went a lot more. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I went 3 times. No, 4 times. I went 4 times to Disney. Oh my gosh. But so I'll get to it eventually. But when I went in February, it was for like an actual trip, But the other times, I literally went like the day, like we would work and then go to sleep, and then go the next morning to Disney, or we'll work and then drive to Disney, and then the next morning go to the park and then drive back home. So it was like a 1 day Disney trip, which is so much fun when you're an annual pass holder and you live close enough to the parks. We live like 3 hours. I'm gonna say 3 hours away from the parks. And we when I went when I went with my friend for my birthday, we went to Epcot and Hollywood. Then when I went with my other friend, I think just for fun, I don't think there was an occasion. We also did Epcot and Hollywood. That's how just that I love doing that. You know, having a park hopper, being able to go one park to the next, and they were both during the Food and Wine Festival. I remember that. And then I went with my mom for the Jollywood Nights. So that was just Hollywood Studios because I worked that day. So in March, I saw Sabrina Carpenter in concert with two of my friends. She is such a good performer, guys. Like, her songs, while they're viral on TikTok, she is just a great performer overall. She's super gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love that girl. So seeing her in concert was really nice. We had front row seats. Well, actually not seats. We stood up. We were in the pits for Sabrina Carpenter, which was really cool. I've never been in the pits for someone before. So that was really cool. We had all the heart balloons fall down on us. Everyone was dressed up super cute in red. It was so nice. And then I also went to MegaCon, my first ever convention ever, in March last year. And it was so much fun. I was able to meet Jodie Benson, who is the voice of Ariel. I met Zachary Levi, who is the voice of Flynn Rider, and he's also Shazam in the DC Shazam series. I know I talked a little bit about Shazam in the last episode, but he's a really nice guy. I like Zachary Levi as a person. He is so nice. And then I also met Charlie Cox, who is Daredevil in the Marvel series. So that was really fun. And I'm going to MegaCon this year again, and I'm so excited because I'm going to finally meet Hayden Christensen, who is Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker, and I'm also gonna meet. I've been saying his name wrong all this time. Ewan McGregor. Okay, he's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm gonna meet both of them. I'm so excited because when I went to MegaCon last year, or this year, I guess, when I went to MegaCon this year, he was sold out immediately when we were buying tickets to meet people or do photo ops or autograph people. He was sold out immediately. So the second it was announced, I bought it. I bought those photo ops, and then I went back today to see if there's anybody else available. They were sold out. So the duo picture was sold out, and Hayden was completely sold out. But Ewan McGregor, you could still meet, I guess. I don't know if it's autograph or photo op, but I was like, whoa, it's a good thing I got on top of that, or else I would have missed out on it again. So that's one thing I'm excited for next year. Woo! And my friend who I went with last year, she met Zachary with me, and she met Charlie Cox. She was supposed to meet someone else too, but she was unable to because those people left. Like, what the heck? But she's meeting the Stranger Things cast this year. She's meeting Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matarazzo, and Joseph Quinn, which is like, whoa, good for her. She's seen a lot of the Stranger Things cast already. I think the only person she's missing is Caleb. She's missing Lucas. I think that's the only person she's missing. She's met everybody else. Oh, and Joe Curie and the person that plays Nancy and Wyona, Joyce, and Jonathan. Those are the only people she hasn't met. But she's met she's been meeting the core people so far, besides Lucas. So I guess she's getting them all. It's gonna be so cool. I'm excited for her. So that was March. Very excited for next February, which is MegaCon. Okay, so April is my birthday month. Not my birthday month, but a lot of people in my life have a birthday in April. Like my mom's birthday is in April, my brother's birthday is in April, my friend Jess's birthday is in April, my friend Kristen's birthday in April. There's probably other people whose birthdays are in April that I'm forgetting. But April, October, and November are all not well, November. Sorry, April and October are all my birthday months. Like everyone has a birthday, like every week that month. Both of those. It's like crazy. So what I wrote for April was that I celebrated my friend Jess's birthday, and it was so much fun. We went out to this restaurant called 60 Vine, which is in Boca Raton. If you haven't been there, it's delicious. It is so nice there, and it was a good place because there was, I believe, like 8 or 10 of us. I think there might have been 10 of us there. Actually, like 9 or 10 of us there, you know? And it was super nice, super fun, and we had a lot of food. We shared food with each other. I love doing that when you go out to restaurants and you share food with each other, because, sorry, excuse me. I know when I went, I got the margarita pizza, and then we kept ordering these fried potatoes. Oh, they were so good. And they had pasta, they had other stuff, and we shared each other's drinks too. It was great. I loved it. It was so much fun. And then me and my boyfriend, this is a funny story. So in April was when Taylor Swift was doing her Eras tour, and she was coming down to Florida, to Tampa for 3 days, I believe. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong. It's either the first day or the third day, or the first one or the third one. She was in Tampa when me and my boyfriend were going to the Creator Clash. So it was very funny seeing, me and another person I knew from work going to Creator Clash and on one side of Tampa, and then the other side of Tampa being all these Taylor Swift people. Like when we were getting the hotel for this event, we had to book it in Sarasota, which that hotel was amazing. I can't remember the name of it, but that hotel was amazing. If we go back to Tampa or Sarasota, we're definitely staying there again because I have a free spa package. But the Creator Clash was so fun. I really liked seeing Ethan Nestor throw down. I liked seeing Aaron Hansen, that's his name. Ego Raptor from the Game Grumps. He is from Loxahatchee, actually. So it was really fun seeing him beat his opponent, because I know in the last Creator Clash he did not beat his opponent, but in this one it was it was so fun. It was so, I don't know the words to describe it. It was so beautiful. Like, not him beating up his partner, of course, or partner, I guess his opponent is the right word. But when he did, he started crying. The entire place was erupted in applause and cheers. It was just so nice. There's also other people that boxed in that event. Like, I know Jack Manifold was there. Haley was there from the last time. Yodeling Haley is her tag. There was a couple other people, can't really remember. I really went for Ethan Nestor. And he won, so that's all that matters. I don't know if they'll do a third one. I know there is like rumors, but then I also know some stuff happened with this second one. So we shall see. If there is another event, it depends on who's gonna be there that I'll go. I would love to see Valkyrie box. I know she keeps talking about like doing boxing training, but if she's being serious about it, I would love to see that. I would love to see that because she's a boss. She's small, but she's a boss. I love her. I look up to her as my 5'2" queen. I don't know how tall she is. I think she is like maybe taller, but around the same height as me. But that would be cool. So that was in April, and then in March, nothing's too big. I went to the Flamingo Gardens in Davie with my boyfriend. It was a super nice little date. And then I think a couple days later was my niece's birthday, and her birthday party was on the day of her graduation from kindergarten. Like, whoa, these people be growing up way too fast. Like, she's not part of my family. She's part of Pablo's family. But, I was there when she was like, I think 2. Like, I think I came into the family when she was 2 years old, and we immediately hit it off. So seeing her grow up so big, it's always like, whoa. And the same with anybody in my family, of course. I have my dad has a niece named, oh, okay, I don't know how family trees work, you know? So my dad's cousin's daughter, I want to say she's one of my cousins, but I don't know. But I also have an Olivia in my family who's a couple years older than his Olivia. So, and they're, but oh my gosh, if they met each other, it would be crazy. If Olivia met any of my cousins, like I have a cousin named Logan, I have like a cousin named Rom who just recently turned 3 or 4. I can't remember. I don't know a lot of my I'm not up to date with my cousins because I don't really see them that often. I see them once a year. It's always around July, like around my the end of my birthday. So when I go up and see them, I'm always reminded like, oh, how old are you? And then they tell me how old they are, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, there's no way that'll happen within a year. Like that. Age doesn't make sense to me when it's your little family members who, when you first met them, were, infants, and now they're 10 years old. Like, it's crazy. But it was her birthday and her graduation, and it was so cute. She was a big unicorn person. Like, she really loved unicorns. She liked horses, and she's always been a princess girl. I mean, she has to be, because she is the princess. So she got a lot of horse-related toys for her birthday, and she had a unicorn-themed birthday party, which was super cute, and I love her to bits. In June is my birthday month, and for my birthday, I did a lot of things. Before I moved to Florida, I would have like 3 birthday parties. Like, I would have the one in Florida, and then I would have one in I would have one in Rhode Island, and I'd have one in Georgia. So now it's just Rhode Island and Florida. So I went down a birthday party, but it's okay. I still have a lot of events. So for this year, I actually did a tufting class, which is making rugs. And I had 8 of my friends come with me, and it was so fun. My rug is on the ground. It is like Stitch coming out of the ground. Like, it's Stitch doing this, and he's like coming out of the ground because they're like brown around him. So it's like, like a little illusion. And my friends made other rugs too. Like, there is 3 people that made Hello Kitty related or Sanrio related rugs. And then one of my friends made a rug of their own design, which was based off of like their childhood stuffed animal, like a childhood monkey, and it was so cute. And then my boyfriend made the Good Mythical Morning logo because that's his favorite YouTube channel, favorite people in the entire world besides me. My friend Josh made money bags, and then my friend Alex, do you know the McDonald's Happy Meal or the adult Happy Meal that was happening last year? Not this year with the Kerwin Frost nuggets, but last year they had, I want to say it's Cactus Jack, but I might be wrong. But it's like the ones where the Hamburglar and Grimace looked really weird. Like, Grimace had like the 4 arms and he had like 4 eyes. Yeah, so Alex made that into a rug. Like, crazy. Then the one person I missed that I did not mention was 2 people actually. So Josh made money bags, 3 people made Sanrio related stuff. Alex made a Grimace. Pablo made a Good Mythical Morning. Someone made their stuffed animal from childhood. Sydney made a flower, and her boyfriend made a car. And Johnny made a Playboy bunny symbol. And it was also cool. All of our rugs, like, really, for our first time making rugs, spot on, like, crazy. And me doing such an and detailed design, you know, with like a bunch of different colors. And some other people did that too. Like they had a bunch of different colors in their design, and they came out so good. I'm very proud of them. But that was what I did for my birthday party. I turned 22, by the way, and it was so much fun. I would definitely do it again. If you want to do a tufting class and you live in South Florida, there is this place called the Tufting House. It's in Fort Lauderdale. Please give them a try. They are such amazing hosts. They're such amazing teachers, and the place is really nice. And you can play your own music. Oh, it was so much fun. And then also for my birthday, I went to Disney. Like I said before, I went to Disney like 4 times this year. And then this was one of those times where we went to work and then fell asleep and then got up early in the morning and drove to Disney and then drove back home later that night. I went with my friend Savannah and with my boyfriend. We just spent the day drinking around the world. We bought some stuff, and it was super fun. Just a little Disney day for my birthday. I went on my birthday too, I believe. So that was very nice. And then going into June and still like kind of celebrating my birthday, or sorry, going into July and still kind of celebrating my birthday, I went to Rhode Island. Like I said before, I go to Rhode Island like once a year, and it's usually in July or like late June. Because we go for my birthday and we go for my not my cousin, my uncle's birthday. And it's also just a good time because it's the summer. It snows up there, so it was very nice going up there, catching up with the family, seeing all the kids, telling them what's going on in my life, you know. So it was fun going to Rhode Island. That was in July, and also in July, I've only seen 2 concerts this year. Unless you want to count the other shows I've seen, which I guess will be the Creator Clash and a show that I saw in October. That well, I'll get to it. But I really only saw 2 people like artists, you know, perform. And I saw Sabrina Carpenter in March, like I said, and in July I saw Post Malone with my dad. It was super fun. I love Post Malone. I think he's a great artist. So seeing him live after he just dropped his newest album, Austin, it was great. He's an awesome performer. Woo! That was a great concert. That was probably like the best concert of my entire life. But I say that after every concert I go to. Besides Harry Styles kind of sucked. I did not like my Harry Styles concert experience at all. It was so bad. I know he's a good person to the stylers out there, whoever the freak you call yourselves. I'm not a Harry Styles fan. I like his mute. Okay, so I like Harry Styles how I like Taylor Swift as well. I like their songs. I don't really get the hype of them as people. So, that's my mic drop right there. Not a big fan of the Taylor and Harry fandoms. Anyway, that's another conversation for another day. That Taylor Swift and Harry Styles thing that's going on there. So, in July, I saw Post Malone. End of story. End of July. So, in August, I actually did a lot of stuff in August. So, I work at a store that does store parties once a year. That's how I'm gonna say it. So we had our store party this year, and it was at the bowling alley by my house, actually. So it was kind of weird because I was like, oh, I could be late because I'm 5 minutes away. So we went to a bowling alley, and then right after, since we can't drink at our store party, which is, I don't know, a couple of us went to Opportunities, which I mentioned before on this podcast, and it's in Delray Beach, and we had some fun over there. I love Opportunities. I like going there with my friends when it's just a little chill hangout session, you know? I like going there with Nicole and Pablo. That was a fun time. We played drunk Jenga. It was crazy. Also in August I went to Disney. It was towards the end of August. We went, me, Pablo, and Sydney. We went for one day. We literally, okay, so we worked at 2 to 10, and then we drove straight to Disney. We stayed at a hotel, and then in the morning we went to Disney World. We went to Epcot, and we went to Hollywood, and then we drove back that night. I love doing that. I know it was a big adrenaline rush. Well, not adrenaline rush, but it's a, like, it's crazy. You know, I said that to people at work. Oh, yeah, we're driving straight after work to Disney. And they're like, 3 hours at 10 o'clock? You're going to get there at 2 a.m.? Yes, ma'am. And then we're going to probably come home at 2 a.m. as well. Like, Disney in 24 hours challenge done. So I went to Disney again. That was the 3rd time in the year. And then me and my boyfriend went to Fan Expo Chicago. So that was my 2nd convention ever. Then when I go next year to MegaCon, that'll be my 3rd convention. So we went to Fan Expo Chicago, which was actually my boyfriend's birthday present, because they had the cast of Back to the Future there. So Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox were there, and his birthday present from me was being able to take a photo of them. And I was able to, also, both of us were able to meet Giancarlo Esposito, who is Gus in Breaking Bad, and he's also in The Mandalorian. We like him more from Gus, or from, as Gus from Breaking Bad. So it was really cool seeing him. And I also met Shamik Moore there. He signed a backpack that I had, but I didn't have a great experience with him, so, you know. But when we went to Fan Expo Chicago, of course we visited Chicago for like, I think 3 days. So we went to the Art Institute of Chicago, which actually, my favorite movie of all time is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And they filmed the museum scene there. Oh, so seeing all the art that was in that movie, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like that scene, you know, like where he's staring at the person. I loved it. I think that was my favorite part of the trip. His favorite part was going to the convention, and my favorite part was going to the museum. Tells you the difference between us two. But that was a fun trip. That was probably like the first time I've traveled outside of Florida that wasn't just like Rhode Island or South Carolina or Georgia, you know. Like I went to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago before. I hear a lot of good things about it. We might go there again. We don't know. You don't know what 2024 has in store for you, or 2025, or 2026. I'm 22. I got all my life to live. So Chicago in August, that was great. And then in September, that's when Pablo's birthday is. So it was a very early birthday present for him, because we went like around the 18th, and a month later, like literally a month later, was Pablo's birthday. And something I've been wanting to talk about on this podcast, the first time we've ever been to the Indie Craft Bazaar in Fort Lauderdale at Revolution Live was in September this year, and we've gone ever since. The Indie Craft Bazaar is this it's this small business bazaar, or fair as you will call it, where a bunch of small businesses come together and they sell their products. And I have found so many goodies there. I've gotten some jewelry there. That's probably the most I've ever gotten from there. I've gotten some jewelry. I got this fairy house from Delilah Treasures. She makes little fairy houses. I love it. I'm a big fairy person, so when I saw the houses, I was like, oh my god, I need to get one. So I got one, and it's next to my other fairy figurines, so it's perfect for me. If you're ever in the Fort Lauderdale area, usually it's like the first Saturday of every month, or maybe every other month. They do the Indie Craft Bazaar at Revolution Live. So please go. It's a free event. It's so much fun. It's usually from 12 to like 2 or 7, because now they have the Hollywood fame, like the art walk, and they have like a food fest right after. Like it's the Indie Craft Bazaar and then 2 other events through that the entire day. So if you're ever in the area, check it out. It might be in February when the next one is, because it was September there was one, and there was one in October, then there was one in December. I might be saying it wrong, but that's what happened. So September was the first time we went to that bazaar, and ever since we've been going back there. So that's all that happened in September. In October, woof, woof. You know, it wasn't as chaotic as 2022 was, where I was wearing 3 costumes for Halloween. But if you remember, I was Walter White for Halloween this year, which I never thought would happen in a million years. But that was so much fun, and that's so memorable for me. And also in that month, me and my boyfriend went to Miami for a day. We went to the Perez Museum, like the art museum that's next to the Frost Museum. It's so nice in there. I'm not a big like art museum person, even though I talked so highly about the Art Institute in Chicago. I'm not like definitely he like Pablo does not really know what to think of with art. You know, don't want to call him out, but I think it's the same with a lot of other people. Like you see art that's on display, and you're like, I can make that, but you didn't. And that's why this person has their art in a museum and you don't. That's my thing. But I like art that has culture to it. And that's also just like, I like art that looks like a photograph. So, there was a couple art pieces that were in that museum and also in the Institute of Chicago that I really liked, but I can't remember where they are. So, I know in Chicago they had a lot of Monet pieces, and I think she might be my favorite artist. Oh, at the Press Museum they had a Van Gogh exhibit going on that day, and it was very nice. Actually no, that might have been, oh, that was the Art Institute of Chicago. The Institute of Chicago had a Van Gogh exhibit going on. That was really cool. They were supposed to have a Van Gogh and Pokemon exhibit somewhere, and that looked really cool, but I think it got canceled. So if that ever comes back around, that would be cool to see. But besides the museum, we went the day to Miami, mostly to go see this show called Name Your Price, which is a Twitch show. Twitch is like that streaming platform that competes with YouTube, but it was a Misfits gaming event. So it was hosted by the Austin Show and Will Neff. They had Rambo, Carl, Jacobs, Quackity, and Tina Kitten there. And they were doing basically, oh my god, what is that show? Well, Name Your Price, you know. I don't remember what it's based off of. You know, it's like, Let's Make a Deal, or like The Price is Right. Oh my god, that's why. Name Your Price is like The Price is Right. But it was super cool to see it live. Like, I saw them with my own eyes instead of on a TV screen, you know? So that was really cool to experience. Pablo went with me. It was very nice, but we will never go to Miami ever again. Miami sucks, guys. Like, I know I'm an hour away from it, but I'd rather go to Fort Lauderdale and spend a weekend there than go to Miami and get lost and possibly mugged. You know, like, it's kind of dangerous down there if you are in the wrong areas. I guess we're usually in the wrong sussy areas, but also the traffic just sucks. Like, that's probably why we hate it the most, because the traffic is ass. So that was October. We're flying through this year. And then November, or last month, I didn't really do much. Honestly, I didn't really have any like memorable moments besides going to Jollywood Nights in Disney World. That was the 4th time I went to Disney, and it was another one-day event. My mom was in Disney at the time with her childhood friend, and she invited me up to go to Jollywood Nights with them. I was like, yeah, of course. After our event at Hollywood Studios, I am in. Like, and it was really fun. They had some really nice drinks, and they had some nice light shows, some nice stage shows. Like, they had a Nightmare Before Christmas show, or it was a sing-along, yeah, and it was very nice. They had the giant, oh my god, they have a giant puppet, Jack Skellington, and that shit is crazy. I get it, guys. Ladies, when we're talking about tall, skinny men, I think of Jack Skellington, and I get it. I get it. And then it was my first time going on Rock and Roller Coaster when I went, and that ride is scary. Like, I go on a Tower of Terror 5 times in one trip, and I could never get tired of it. But Rock and Roller Coaster, that shit's scary. I can't believe y'all went on that Everything I heard about that ride was that it breaks down all the time. Breaking down on the upside down part, I would shit my pants. So it was crazy. I could not. I know it's not the fastest roller coaster. Like, obviously, there's Guardians of the Galaxy and Tron. I don't think Tron is that fast. I haven't been on it myself personally. And whatever I've heard of Tron was that it's not that great. So when I went on Rock and Roller Coaster, I was like, oh my god, it's not as fast. But this shit's scary! They're making me go upside down! Ugh, it was nuts. I don't think I'll ever go on that ever again. Unless it's like a one-time deal and it's like 10 minutes. Like, it just broke down, just opened up. There's 10-minute wait time. Then I'll get in line and go on it, I guess. And then this month was December, like, I went to the Indie Craft Bazaar again with my friend Sydney, who came with us when we went in October. So it was very fun, and that's gonna be our new thing now. Me, Pablo, and Sydney going to the Indie Craft Bazaar. Sydney, if you're watching this, thank you for coming, girl. So December was really fun. It was very big on the Christmas time, like I was shopping for my friends for Christmas all month. And now that Christmas is over, I something really I'm looking forward to for the rest of the month. Besides, the new year coming up, which is also my friend's birthday. Happy birthday, Julian! His birthday is New Year's Eve. I actually know 2 people whose birthday are on New Year's Eve. Julian, and Amari, who also works with me. They have the same birthday, so that's 3 people. So I know they have birthdays on New Year's Eve, and then a family friend of mine was born on New Year's Eve. And she's the cutest thing in the world. So that was what I did this year. Just some little things. And I also wanted to include that I had 6 tattoos this year. I don't think that's as much I've gotten in a year. I think 2021 was like, no, 2022 was like the year I got the most tattoos. Like, I got like a tattoo, I think, every month. Or every other month. Whereas this year, I guess this year I got it every other month. But last year I think I got it more, if I'm not mistaken. I think I got like 8 tattoos last year, or maybe even 10. I don't remember. But I got 6 tattoos this year. And that's all that happened this year, really. Like, I don't really have any notes about, November, Jesus Christ. I spent my 3-year anniversary with my boyfriend, which is the longest relationship I've ever had in my life. And I think will ever be the longest relationship I have in my life, because that's my man. He's gonna be my husband. I'm forcing him to propose to me. So that's 2023. In 2024, what I'm most looking forward to is MegaCon 2024. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to that event, but that's not all. I made a vision board, like I said earlier, and if it shows up, this is what it looks like. So if you can see it right now, it has a lot of travel with it. Like, I have like a Japan stamp up top next to Alaska and Italy, and then I have my passport, and there's a little quote here that says, the money will always return, basically, is what it's saying. Then I have pictures of Disneyland and Disney World. I want to go to as many Disneylands as I can this year. I've only ever been to Disney World, so I really want to go to Disneyland. Maybe Tokyo Disney Sea or Disneyland Paris. Like, I really want to go to one of those. And then I have like some little romance pictures like in the left corner, because I just want that love, And then in the bottom, I have some writing inspo, as well as a picture of the movies. I really want to get into writing this year. I thought I was gonna write a lot more this year, but not so much. I got this going for me though, so I gotta say, like, I'm a little there. I'm a little in my career a little bit, with the podcast, but I want to get into writing, like not a romance novel. Okay, I want to write a rom-com. I need to see Anyone But You to see how we're leaving 2023 in, like, rom-coms status, I guess. Because I really want to write a rom-com. I don't know. I got a lot of love to share, and I think I can make it really funny. I think I can make a better Hallmark movie ever. I think, yeah, I don't know. But this is like my manifestation for 2024. This is my vision board, is my mood board. There's a Sunny Angel on there. Because why not, you know? Like, why not? You can always get more Sunny Angels. So, there's my board. Just a little inspiration. The top is travel. Like, up top is the travel. Because I want to do that the most this year. At the bottom is the writing, which I still want to do this year. But travel is way up there. Like, I really want to travel. I really want to get out there. I really want to save my money and go to different places. Like, oh, I can't wait to go to Japan. I can't wait to go to Italy. Oh, I'm so excited. Hopefully, if that happens in 2024, I'm manifesting it. So, that's all that I'll be talking with you guys about today in this episode. This is the last episode of 2023. So, I'm gonna get a little sappy here. Thank you guys for watching. The first 10 episodes, which, you know, the first episode of 2023, the first episodes of the Same Wavelength podcast are all in 2023, and there's 10 of them. 10. And I know I've been talking about in these episodes, like going along, that I want to put them on Spotify, but I think the YouTube format is better for me right now until I get more comfortable with it being, like I know YouTube can be seen anywhere, I know Spotify can be seen anywhere, but I think I'm more comfortable with the YouTube format right now than the Spotify format, but we'll see what happens. You never know. You never know of a new year, you know? So, thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for subscribing, and for listening to all of this. Any suggestions you have of what you want to hear in the new year, or what, like, any feedback you have, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna listen. I will listen with my listening to anything that you have to say to me, because I really want this to work out. I mean, I got microphones. I could go out on the town. I can go out on the town now instead of being strapped in to a laptop computer wherever I go. Like, I had to bring my laptop to the tattoo studio to do the episode of Sarah, which was super fun if you haven't seen it already. That was a good episode. I was getting one of my tattoos done while doing an episode with my tattoo artist who I love the most. So I can't wait for what's coming up next. I already know I have 2 guests in January. One of them is someone that I wanted to have this month, but some stuff happened, so now it's going into January. I'm really excited to start the new year off with that. And then I believe either in January or February, one of those two, I'm getting a band on the podcast, like a local band. So I think that's gonna be cool. I'm very excited for everything that's gonna happen. Oh, this is really cool. Yeah, I'm really proud of myself, and I know everybody else is proud of me because the guests I've had on here have told me, and it's so nice to hear. So, here's to 2024, and thank you for riding away with me in 2023 into the new year. Have a great one, guys.